Okay. Hello, my name is Shamma, and I'm an assistant professor of marketing at the American University in Cairo, and I am one of the co-authors for the Arab edition of the upcoming marketing management textbook. I would just like to give you an overview about what has been taking place with us in terms of this textbook. I mean, honestly, we have been thinking about this adaptation for a long while. This is something that we have been always thinking about, and always we have been receiving comments and reviews from many of our students that really many of the concepts and the issues that we talk about are not very relevant. So we have been really pushing for this idea for a while, and finally we are realizing this issue and coming up with this adaptation. But I want to highlight what is different and what is unique about this adaptation. First of all, we find that the Arab region is unique in a way versus the Arab different places. They are unique culturally, from a social aspect, from a societal aspect, from a technological aspect, from the educational background, demographically, psychographically, and thus really it's very important to focus on this region. Honestly, the region has been neglected for years. Honestly, sometimes many of my students were sometimes surprised if they just see Egypt, or some of the Arab countries just mentioned anywhere in the textbook. And this region has been neglected for many years. But since the developments that have been taking place in the region, especially during the past decade, it was important to reflect on this in education and also especially on marketing. So this is why really we were interested to work on this book, because really there are many unique issues about the region. Plus, you might find that there are many people might think that the region is very homogeneous in one way, but still we had to even segment the region into subsegments, into three main subsegments: the Gulf region, the Levant region, and the North Africa region. What really we were trying to emphasize in this book were, we talked about issues related to the history of marketing in the region, the evolution of marketing in the region. We talked about very good examples of successful companies that did marketing, whether they were local, regional, or even pan-Arab, examples. Examples of companies that also were not successful when it comes to doing marketing. So this gives us really a very good perspective about what's taking place in the region. One of the things that I liked really during this project was trying to really find related cases, from the region. And while we had, spent lots of good time to find related cases, but there were also some challenges that we faced. I remember, for example, some of the challenges we faced related to things like e-marketing. Still, relatively underdeveloped. So, some issues related to e-marketing were things that were irrelevant. And also even things like promotional strategies, something basic like rebates, which is something that is popular in many other foreign markets, does not really exist in this region. So it was very interesting to see how we can find things that are related versus things that were not related and not even applicable in the region. So we were very selective in really trying to find those that are related and maybe taking out those that were not related, because people cannot even visualize how does this rebate process take place? How do you get rebates and this issue of rebates? So it was a very interesting process how we went through, working on all the adaptations of these different chapters, trying to, adapt. We went through each and every case to really make sure that we are adapting these cases, taking into account that we don't want to eliminate also the international aspect, because at the end, the Arab region is one of the regions in the global market, and it's important to really take into account also other important regional markets, whether it's the Asian market, the European market, or the American market. And it's very interesting really how we work through these cases. Plus we try to tone down a little bit the language so that the reader finds it's much more relevant, and taking into account also some of the questions, end of chapter questions, and stuff like this. So I think it will be a very interesting book. We are all looking forward to it, and I hope it will be a very interesting reading for all of you. Thank you very much.